Live once more, and this time we're going into Utopia. We're gonna start with the Utopia game that we've been playing, which is now at 6 hours and 21 minutes. I read this and I keep thinking it's 6 minutes and 21 seconds, but no, it's 6 hours and 21 minutes. We're just taking it easy, and finding out the cool things that the planets have for us and these systems. Because there's got to be a reason that Utopia wants to rebuild here, right? Alright, so off we go. Into the game. We're trying this a little differently. I did a little test on it with someone to make sure that it's going to run pretty smoothly. So this time we have not started out with RAD in the hopes that the settings just kind of stay smooth. We think that NoMan'sSky has been doing some improvements on the graphics, and so it seems like it's running a little bit better on the Xbox, so that's really nice. No, I'm waiting till after I build a base. If I go now, then I lose track of where stuff is at, and I don't want to do that. There's a reason. So there are things that I want to show that are around the archive that aren't too far. Oh yeah, I got plenty. I got 1,000 pure ferrite, so it should be enough to get us going. In fact, let's take a look at our supplies here so far, because I did do some wandering around, and I did do some cleaning up of the wandering around. So I got, for regular ferrite, I got 1,662, which I can also make in a pure ferrite, but I've got 1,436 pure ferrite, and then I've got 63 magnetized ferrite, which when we get our storage container should be enough to at least get one storage container. I got almost 5,000 carbon, 509 condensed carbon, 979 oxygen, and then I got 1,000 sodium. And there's a reason that we have 1,000 sodium now, and that's because this area around this, look at all that. Look at all that sodium, and I hit patches that were massive. So, if it weren't for the fact that this particular expedition won't allow you to use sodium as part of its, upgrade options, or not upgrade options, but, to fill in the life support, that sort of thing, this planet wants you to live. It gives you plenty of sodium, plenty of oxygen, and lots of fruit. And you see that damaged machinery over there? I went around, and you're going to see there's not so many right now, but there's a reason that I have 62 salvage data, and it's because there's damaged machinery all around this archive. So if you're needing, and you're gonna, because eventually we're gonna get base parts, if you're needing salvage data, this is a good place to get some. That's fairly easy and fairly close, without having to stress about it. Aside from, having to manage your exosuit. But the truth is, if you upgrade your exosuit, even with just this B-class hazard protection, it doesn't go down as fast, and you just have more time to wander around. And well, the phosphorus will come in handy later when you have the module. I don't recall if there's phosphorus in the market, but let's take a look. It certainly won't hurt to go look. Yeah, I don't think so either, but, that just seems to be a limitation that we have with this particular expedition. Once the expedition's over, then you can. Yeah. Anyway, so in the market, what they have is the microprocessors, and I might as well grab like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you need 5. 5 of those. Let's see. And anytime you have a chance to get ferrite dust and can afford it. Oh wait, before I spend all this money, I want you to take a look. I'm at 2,242,000. I was at 3 million. No, I wasn't. I was at. But anyway, I have a lot of money now, and it's because I was scanning as I was wandering around. We got paraffinium. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of that. Got copper. I'm gonna grab some of that. I'm gonna go ahead and get another set of metal plating. Just another 5, because 5 will get me at least a teleporter and a well, actually 6 will get me a teleporter and batteries. Right, and you have the hydrogen jelly, and I'm gonna get 5 of those. And the reason to get to the hydrogen jelly is not that we have a lack of it, but when we get to the high sentinel, or not the high sentinel, aggressive sentinel planet, you're going to want to be able to quickly do things, and that hydrogen jelly will help you. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I went ahead and I summoned my Nomad platform, and then I summoned my Nomad. And the reason I did that is because I knew there had to be good stuff around here. And there is. And let's see if I could find it. Yeah. Just a minute though, let me look for what I'm looking for. Is it possible that took it off? I'd be very annoyed. Anyway, there is around here, though I'm not seeing it, there is a minor settlement and there is a fighter around here. About 8 minutes away. Oh, there's a data structure over there. The data structure gives us a chance for navigation data and for a drop pad, which I might go ahead and go get. But the other day, I went out looking and I had found the minor settlement and the ship, and it's just not showing up right now. I'm not sure why. So, well, I didn't do the whirly though. I just cannot build, must place on terrain. Okay. All right, I'm putting a communication station down here specifically so I could find this again. Because, well, maybe I can make a save beacon. I can make a save beacon. We're putting a save beacon down. That way we could find the archive again. There we go. Awesome. Well, since I don't need the communication station, I'm going to go ahead and try and delete it. And it's going to tell me there's nothing to delete. Well, golly. Alright, so I guess I'm going to say hi, everyone. Alright, leave a message. Let's say hi, space, everyone. Now, I'm on single player right now, so I don't know if anyone will actually see this, but if I'm on single player right now. Hi, everyone. There we go. There we go. I could come back and change that message anytime, but it's nice and simple and not, you know, not too questionable. So I'm gonna come in with my Nomad. I'm sad because I was so excited to show you all this cool stuff and it's not there. Well, this is true. Well, I got my survey in my Nomad. Oh yeah, I didn't take that data, I have to admit, because I assumed that all the clues that I'd left for myself would still be there, and I came back. So the lesson there is if you find a place and you definitely want to go back to it, take your like the addressing. Like here, this address is plus 75.61 and plus 151.34. And that basically is the location of this data field, which you might actually want. So let's see what we got. Did we only get navigation data? Ooh, we got an exosuit upgrade chart, and we got 2 of them, which means I can use my survey device, or I can just click it and I can find an exosuit So we might use that. We might use that and get 2 drop pad sites. But first things first, I'm going to get this health restoration here. I have not been here before, so cool. My health is restored. It should now be maximized, so I should have all the possible good that I can from this. Ooh, I got a life support gel. Yay. I gotta say, that's another thing. There's a lot of drop pads and a lot of cargo drops around here. And it makes sense because on a planet like this one, you're gonna want to have all of that, all those drop pods and pads there. Yeah, I'm doing a search to see if I could see a building. What I can see, though, is oh, I'm gonna get the birds. Hold on, that's the first time I've been able to see the birds, so we want those. Just a second. Awesome. There's a reason I want the birds. Alright, there's copper there. There's more salvage data over there that I apparently didn't get when I was going around. Knowledge stone over there. We can't quite see the buildings just yet because they're still kind of far away. The basalt deposit over there. Now that's the portal off this planet. And a salt deposit over there. So this planet has basalt, it has copper and salt. So the copper, of course, can be used for chromatic metals. The salt can turn into, I think it's chlorine. And the basalt is a building material, but it's not worth a lot per se until you need it. And when you need it, you really need it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up on this hill over here. Excuse me, animal. Tell me there's no scan technology, but I do have a scan technology that I can use, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use it because that'll help speed this along. I think if I'm close enough. I'm going to say locate a nearby structure. The problem is I didn't even take note of the direction of the ship when I did it. I was just so excited to see there was one. There it is. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness for survey tools. That's why we have them. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and drive that way. And well, let's take that moment, shall we? I think I did, but I will check again since we're here. 53% should allow for a launch. So that should be alright. And even if not, I'm in my Nomad, so. And we did save point the archive, so we're even in even better condition than when I was doing all the searching yesterday. So I just assumed we could do the survey, the save point, because it was a crafting kind of deal. Yes. Yes. You can do the nutrient processor and yeah. So this is good. Good news. Getting a little high but not aggressive sentinels here. And look at all these damaged machineries that I'm passing by. Last night I stopped at pretty much all of them to try and, get them. Oop, oop. I did a lot of nanites, yeah. And here we are, and this is why I wanted to show this. Look at this. Now it's a C-class, but it's a fighter, and it's so pretty. It's such a pretty little fighter here. Called the Shield of the Wind, which I do too. I like that name a lot. All right, so what I'm gonna do before I do anything else is I'm gonna call my ship to me, so it's right here. It's a good habit to get into, right? Otherwise, you have to find that ship. Yeah, exactly. And you want to be able to not have to worry about having to fly in a clunker when you have a nice one that's ready to go. It's sounding. No, that was the Sentinel that was coming in and taking a look at what I was doing. All right, let's come in. Oh, look at there. It looks like everything has to be fixed. I got everything except the hermetic seal. That's funny. Ooh, it's got a little shield. And, oh, that's damaged, but it's got a purple spot already. And that's not too bad, so. Alright, so we're gonna compare. And it doesn't let us do anything except claim the ship, so that's what we're gonna do. And now I have a nice little fighter. I am, for the sake of argument, gonna come in and we'll go ahead and repair the launch. Since I can. Damn. And I think I'm gonna take this little shield and I'm gonna put it in my exosuit real quick. There we go. I could bust it and get a wiring loom out of it if I needed to, but we're just gonna take it and use it in our hauler, just a little extra something. So, and there we go. Yeah. Come back in here. Oh yes, I will go. Thanks. I was just thinking, put the shield in, don't forget. Yeah. Alright, let's check out what technology we can get here. Well, and the storyline, sorry. I always know that these little balls have technology for us, and that's always a wonderful deal. Yeah, and a damaged machinery that I could check out, yeah. Alright. I can search the pilot, or I can attempt to open the cargo hold. I don't know which is better, honestly speaking. I guess I'm gonna attempt to open the cargo hold because it's on the top, and we'll just see what happens. The pain was worth it. I get an economy scanner. Sweet! This is super sweet. This is awesome. I might just bust down that shield. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. If you have the economy scanner, you can see trading posts. Oh look, it gave us a Starship launch fuel. That works for me, I'll take it. Take this technology module here. And since it's a smaller hole, I'm going to go ahead and restore it so that people don't fall in or whatever. There we go. Awesome. This ship will be available to me either on the Nexus or the Freighter, whichever comes first, which in this case it'll be the Nexus. Oh, if you want the location, since we're here, it is +76.52 and +148.29. It's about 8 minutes away from the archive on foot, but a lot quicker on your Nomad. Alright, so here's the thing. About 8 minutes away from the archive, on the other side of the archive, there is a minor settlement. But I am going to let that one go because I'm going to have a minor settlement on the other planet, the Paradise planet. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to tell you that there is another one, like on the opposite. Like if you go to the archive and run the survey device, it might find it on the opposite side of the ship. So just be aware. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and start up the base on this planet here. Because really the fun one was this ship. That's the one I really wanted to show. Alright. So, the Starship wants me to put in one of these technologies. I am not ready to put in these technologies, so I'm going to come in on the log, and I'm just going to unpin it for now. There we go. And notice how all that flashing goes away. So if you're not ready to deal with all that, that's how you deal with that. Okay, so my next thing to do, if I go into the expedition log, is in phase 2, and it's assignment beta. And now that one's highlighted. And assignment beta, in theory, should now flash at me. See? There it is, flashing at me, saying, do me first. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to plot our route. Alright, and it says that I could go to -24-97 and -11-72. In theory, what happens now, though, and what is helpful, is there should be a little icon that you can follow that gives you the approximate location. It says it's 6 hours away, so okay, 6 hours away then. And come on up. It's so much easier than try and fly in the hauler, so go up and past the atmosphere, head towards until you see like an asteroid, so you're high enough away, and then, well, that's true. If you find an asteroid field, go ahead and start shooting them for your tritium, because you're going to need them. Alright, here we go. Okay, so while we're flying, since I have a little time, I'm going to come in and do my launch fuel. Let's see if we're floating somewhere. There we go. There's a little bit of cloud cover. We're gonna go ahead and head on down. Oh, it looks like some of the things are still loading in. We're high enough you can't quite see everything yet. But we're probably in a good volcanic area, I'm thinking. Yeah, so it's a good idea to look. We are by a trade post. We are by a trade post. Maybe. If nothing else, we can put a save point here. I don't know if this is the exact area. We'll know here, because one of the things about landing near a targeting space is it'll give you the target to look for. It says location service unavailable. Oh, but it says we found it. So the trade post is where we're supposed to build, I guess. I will take it. I love building on trade posts. Alright, so I'm going to go into the expedition, make sure we're on the right one. It says settlement beta. But before I do that, I am going to go ahead and collect the reward, because it gives us habitation modules. The habitation modules are cool because they basically allow us to safely live in this particular zone, I guess is a good way of putting it. But if you're not a builder, they basically are pre-constructed living spaces. So you have a cylindrical room, some corridors, some door, and so it's just easy to set up if you're first starting out to build, and just they're like, man, I can't put together these wooden structures all the time. So very handy. Ooh, and we get our power. We get our power, so yes. So we're going to be able to set up, you remember how I built the teleporter in the first base? I'll build a teleporter in this base and then go to that next base, and we will be good to go as far as getting from place to place. Now I have even more salvage data, yeah. I don't know why I'm turning this base around. It's gonna be really random now because I was just fiddling with it as I was talking. Oh. We'll try this again. There we go. Alright, here we are. We're gonna claim this space if it'll let us. This is another good reason not to do multiplayer. While it says it's a personalized space, there's a good chance someone else has also had a personalized space. So just stay off multiplayer until after the expedition. That is my biggest piece of advice I can give you. Claiming the base. I'm so excited that we're on a trade center though, because now I don't feel bad about letting go of the miner settlement. Alright, I am actually going to build on the trade post since I can, and so this is gonna look a little tricky, and it is, but it's not that bad. I think we'll start about here. I usually try and center this a little better, but I'm just gonna make something that I think will work. Okay. Alright, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm setting up a space to put the building on. And so that's just basically what I'm doing here. Oh, no, not there. The nice thing about having all that carbon is I have plenty of carbon with which to fool around on this one, so And I'll probably come back and do some more like deck building and whatever to make it look really nice. But I'm going to go real simple to start because I just want to go ahead and use these prefabricated stuff here and kind of center it on this here a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. All right, there's the first part, and now I'm gonna put in the door. And this is one of the reasons that I wanted to have all that ferrite dust. The ferrite dust will make it, the pure ferrite dust, yeah, really helps to make sure that things stay connected. And yeah. All right, you still have to have like 16 pieces, and the prefabricated building counts as one piece each. So it's one of those things. Now I might be able to upload because I put down the base here now. But if you're building on the ground, this would only count as 1, 2, 3 pieces, and you'd have to put in more. So that is something to be. But you can, you can use posters. It gives you, now that you've got, it gives you several different pieces. Like a poster counts as a piece, a flag counts as a piece, the teleporter counts as a piece. Let's see, I need metal plating and carbon nanotubes. Now, I thought I had a whole bunch of this, but I'll bet it's all in my spaceship. Just a second, and I'm too far away. Just a second. Yeah. Well, I can. Yeah, I can totally make it now. But I might as well grab the metal plating since I'm here, All right, and we need 2 carbon nanotubes. Boom, boom. There we go. All right, nice. Ooh. All right, and we're gonna put the teleporter over here. And do like so. Awesome, that's looking really good. And then we're gonna do ourselves a favor. We can use a solar panel and a battery. And we also have, I think, does it give us the Utopia build station? It does. So let's go put that down. Do that. I have 76 pieces I can do. I'm going to grab a glass corridor. And then I'm going to grab the ramp. And also the hollow door, because I just prefer it. We got that. Alright, so now I have 62 pieces. But what I want to do is go into the power. Get past the industrial. I want the biofuel. The biofuel is as useful as the solar panel now. I like having it for just in case. But also, it's a quick way to set up your teleporter. I don't know why I stopped it there. Oh, I feel silly. Just a second. And you don't have to have the silver or the gold for it, right? There we go. Now, if I do this, if you put in the carbon, it only takes 80. It used to take all your carbon, but now it only takes 80, which is awesome. Makes things so much better. And now I have 50 hours worth of power for the teleporter. And look at this, it's also operating the whole, the rooms that we have here too. Now just for fun, I'm gonna take this, and I think I saw a power thing over here. I did, but now, there we go. Now, as long as I attach the power to the side over here, it should not close the door over here. So this should remain open and not be annoying. But if for whatever reason it does close on you when you're building, just disconnect the power. And if you've gotten the holographic door, use it instead. It'll make your life a little bit better. Alright, I'm going to put the access ramp down, just because it makes it easier to get in and out. And there we go. How nice is that? Nice and easy and simple. And definitely not stressful. And since we're here, and since we can, let's get a little furniture rolling. I'm going to go ahead and leave the door as is for the moment, since I've got it there, you know, and...
Item received.
Let's see.
Item received. Item received.
Alright, grab a little table to go
Item
with it.
received.
Alright. So, now I have at least a little bit of furniture. Some place to sit. Some place to put my stuff. There we go. Awesome. Very nice. You know, this place keeps shaking like there's shift going around, but there's not any shift going around. Oh, it's the volcano shaking things up. Oh, that volcano over there is shaking things up. And yeah, there's one over there. Okay, that makes me feel better. I was like, why is it shaking? Like they're landing. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, now that's looking pretty nice, I think. We're gonna go ahead and upload the base like it tells us to. Now, I know some people have been renaming their bases, but I kind of like the idea of Utopia as a concept, you know, the whole we're rebuilding and whatever. So, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna leave the Utopia station name on, and we're just gonna upload the base. Awesome. Awesome. And we got the second base built. Alright, so I'm going to come in. And I'm going to claim this. You get a Utopia exosuit station plan, glass habitation module plan, and glass. Ooh, fancy. Let's go get it. Ooh, let's go put some windows in, shall we? Since they've given us glass. We're not going to put the dome in yet because the dome takes a lot of power, and you're going to need the solar power and the batteries for it to run. But a few windows we can do. Ooh, okay. I didn't know I missed a reward, so I'll... There's a bit of... There we go. Alright, that looks kind of nice. Just a nice front window view there. Right, okay, so we're going to put on the other side over here, I think, the exocraft, let's see, where is it? Utopia exosuit station. There, okay, alright. Not exocraft, exosuit, yeah. Alright. Go in here, click on it. Oh, that's right, that's why I had to have the magnetized ferrites, yeah. So if I look under build, it'll tell you what you need. It needs chromatic metal and magnetized ferrite for the exosuit station, and then this one needed chromatic metal and condensed carbon. As you'll go along, you'll see why I had so much chromatic metal, of which we went through a lot. Look at that. I now only have 575 chromatic metal. So I might as well take a moment and put it in here and make some more. Good thing I stopped to grab some copper, huh? Alright. Let's take a look at our exosuit station. I have not yet looked at the terminal here to see what it sells. That might be something worth doing, because maybe it'll have phosphorus. Oh, and I used all my copper, at least all the copper in my suit. I think I have copper in my... Yep. Alright, I will as soon as I can get there. Alright. There we go. There we go. Now we'll have some left. Yeah, I kept 400 just in case. Alright, so we bought that little exosuit technology here. We got the silver and we got the copper. The only thing we're missing is phosphorus, and that's something we could probably get, maybe. Because, you know, we happen to be on a hot planet. Yeah, you would think, but it's a volcanic planet, not a hot planet, so it has basalt instead as its main thing. But let's take a look. Yep, and see what they have at the space station. Yep. Oh, look, it has silver here. So we would have had silver no matter what. And it's got paraffinium, and it's got ionized cobalt. Oh, and carbon nanotubes, funny. I have 3 million units worth of salvage data, just as a side note. I have 3 million units worth of salvage data. Oh. There goes the volcano. Now would kind of, if I give it a moment, now would probably be a good time to go do the thing, but I'm gonna wait. We're not gonna do it yet. There's a summit the volcano thing. Look. Supreme movement system upgrade, supreme scanning, and phosphorus 150. I got phosphorus there. Oh, yes. Ah, very nice. You can either use it for your jetpack, which I'm not going to use it for my jetpack. I am going to be using it for my protection. What I'm going to be using it for.
Thermal protection falling.
The airburst would help me get up there, but the heat protection would help me not die. Okay. Yes. I think what I'll do is I'll put in this movement module here. There's that. That'll give us a little speed up the wall, but I'll be using the Nomad to do it anyway. And then I'm gonna put the scanner module in, because we can. Let's see what it gives us here. Nice. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the scanner boost is amazing. All right, so yeah, we've got a 6 of one, half of a dozen of the other on the. I can either go in with the jetpack, which is great. It'll get me up the wall faster. All right, but if I use the Nomad, then what I really need it for is for the coolant network, which will help give me some heat resistance when I'm being hit by the caldera. Because to do the caldera, you have to step in the lava a little bit, and then get out is what you have to do. So it's picking and choosing what you want to deal with here. And honestly, this would be the part where I say maybe I will run to the space station real quick, because the thing is, you can, from your teleporter, once you set up your teleporter, well, no, it's there. It's there to go to. And we have both of our stations here, and we have all these that show up now. Now, I don't know that any of them will name anything, okay? Because technically this is all invisible to us right now. But we have access to all these stations now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be totally worth it. So, let us take a moment, and since we can, I'm going to jump in and out of the spaceship. Actually, maybe even better, let's do that. Let's put a save point down. There we go. And let's do the save point. That way we have a restore point. That's not just one that's been done by the system, which is, yeah. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go to the space station. And there's a reason I want to go to the space station. And that's because the space station has groovy stuff. It has groovy stuff in the market. Okay, here we are. It is an abandoned system, so it's going to look kind of sparky and grim. But we'll be safe here. It's safe up here. What would have been cool is being able to restore the space station, but you notice here, while you're here, you don't even have the option. I mean, there's no ball here to try and put in any information or anything, so oh well. But it would be kind of cool to be able to set a base down and start it that way. That's an opinion. Actually, having never tried it, I will. Yeah. Okay, here we are. Okay, so this place has wiring loom, of which we are going to take a handful. We'll get 5. No. I have money that'll allow me to pay for it. I got 6. I decided I'm going to go ahead and get the quantum computer because I know I'm going to need it. And the magnetic resonator because I know I'm going to need those. Yeah. And there's my phosphorus. Now I don't have to make the choice. It's there for me. I'm just going to grab it all. It's not too expensive. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of the pyrite because that's for the hyperdrive later when we need it. And then, of course, the uranium is all. If frost crystals would allow me to make glass, but I already have silicate, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Dioxide is great when I'm on a cold planet. I'll want to come back for it later, but we're going to leave it as is right now. We're just... because I still have a limit on what I can carry. So... And I'm going to take a moment, and I'm coming in, and I'm going to do a crazy thing. I'm going to try to do something here that I just don't know if it'll work. No, there's no build option here. I was going to try and put down a base, but you can't. But it would be cool if you could. Just kind of... Well, I can't even open up the build menu, so yeah. Have this broken. Yep. All right, I'm gonna put in my Oh, I can't. Gotta go back to my base for this to work. But that's a good argument for visiting the space station early, anyway. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my first base now. Just so that I can complete the teleporter and make sure it's set up. And generally speaking, with your bases, your first one is always going to be your first one, the next one's going to be the next one, and so on. So this is the first station that I made. And then you could also tell just by looking at your information that it provides. Like this tells me the stellar class, the Paradise Planet, and kind of what to expect. I beg your pardon. I do have floating crystals somewhere by the base. I'm not entirely sure where, but they were by the crashed spaceship. Right. By where I put my base, yes. You know, the brain shorthands things. You know, a freighter is a spaceship, and, you know, a spaceship is a spaceship. So. Right. Yeah, that is true. The teleporters, once you have a teleporter access, you can go to any of your bases, whether you have a teleporter there or not. It's just that teleporters make it easier to leave. And normally, if you don't have a teleporter, you'll land right by your base computer. In this case, I happen to have a teleporter down, so I landed on the inside. Alright, I'm gonna put... Oh, I need some magnetic fer... Oh, that's because it's a battery. No, I want to put down the biofuel reactor. There we go. And we'll put down the electrical wiring. There is a way to hide the electrical wiring in this game, and it's if you use the build menu, you can buy it. But it looks like a giant holographic sign. I don't know why they made it so big, but I guess it was sort of a compromise to hide the wiring. It's just, and I guess it's kind of a humor thing, yeah. Alright, I'm going to take a moment and we're going to scan. And there they are, there's the crystals over there. Actually, I'm going to call my ship over here so it's got a better landing space than wherever it landed. Yeah, that seemed like the easiest thing to do, I mean. But the nice thing about calling it over is that it, you know, saved my launch fuel. And right now, I don't know why I'm running, except that it's so close I can. But we're gonna go find those crystals real quick, just so that I can show why this place was awesome. Why this place was awesome. Aside from the freighter, which I could go in and get the stuff out of storage anytime. Yeah, at another time when I got more hazard protection. Yeah, but we have access to these floating crystals. Now, once these floating crystals are gone, they're gone. But it's nice to know that they're here. And now that I have a mining beam with the right settings, I can just do this. I can claim one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8 of them. Yeah. Alright, so we're shooting some more. And that gets us a glowing mineral. Now the glowing mineral, the reason they are fun is because they become something. It's like popping bubbles, you know. So if you click on it, it became, in this case, Herox, and Herox is a metal that turns into gold. So, yeah. It gets cooler as we talk. Alright, I'm gonna put in more carbon here.
Technology recharging.
Yeah. Yep, alright, so we're gonna come in here and we're gonna get the Herox. And all of these things that you get from the crystals will turn into something. In this case, the Herox turns into silver. Ooh, so we would have had silver no matter what. We would have been able to do all this, so. Cool beans. Alright. Now, I wonder if I'm still technically counted as part in my base. Let's take a moment and try. And the, yep, counted as part of my base, so. There's that, and let's see if I can get the aeration done. Oh, I totally can. I got copper, silver, and oxygen. So there we go. So I have guaranteed, in essence, between the shields that I've got here and the heat shield there and the jetpacks, that we are probably, barring surprises, gonna be okay with the Caldera run. What do you mean? Oh, one of the supers? Well, because I haven't put this in yet. There we go. So that's now gone up to 50% heat resistance. Yes, I just put that in. Okay. Do that for now. This for here. Yes. Alright, so now I'm going to go back toward my ship. If I can, and it's grinding away, making something here. Or so, what am I making? Oh, ferrite dust. I was like, what did I just do? I knew the silver was practically instant. I forgot that I put the rusted metal in. That was habit. Establishing habits does help, including getting your ferrite dust somehow. And there's my ship. And there's my house. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another save point here and one to carry around. And we'll do a little organizing real quick before I go off and running. Well, I might, but I think first of all let's make sure we've got all of this. Oh, I got a save point in there. All right, so let's take a look here. Cause see, I have a lot of stuff right now. I've got the, all this glass which is taking up space. I'm gonna put some of it into my Nomad, and let's see. Some of this I don't have to carry around. I don't have to carry around the phosphorus anymore. I'm gonna save this for later, so I'm putting that in the Nomad, and this for later, because you need it, I think, in the 4th or 5th one. I'm gonna go ahead and take this salvage data, put it in the Nomad. Let's see, the processors, we're gonna need those in the 5th. I'm putting this in the Nomad. It's just so I don't have to carry it, you know. Move this back to the Nomad. That would be fun to try around here and see what can be found. See, I'll put those in the spaceship. Alright. I'm gonna fill up my life support.
Technology recharge.
And I guess, actually, we are really close to done, actually. If I go do the caldera, we could be done with phase 2. Alright.
Technology installed.
Alright. Alright, I've put in the teleporter so we have a little more reach on the spaceship now. So now I can be a little farther away from it and be able to put stuff in it. And so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the base on the other planet. Take a moment, we'll make a couple of hermetic seals. Let's see, and let's see, I know that we've got the other made. Let's see. Make one of these for later. Alright. Okay, so I'm going back and Yep. Well, actually, I do have it, but I didn't put it in. Let me put it in. So, I'm gonna put that in the starship now, though, because I can. Ha ha ha. Because I put in the I put in the teleporter, so now it'll be easier. Put that in the starship now. But we're carrying the nutrient processor. We always carry that. Okay. Alright. Good to go here. It's in my exosuit. Yeah, it's in my exosuit. Alright. We're going to warp to the other base. I have no idea where the ship is going to land, though, because while there's plenty of places where technically the land is going to be somewhere weird. Oh yeah, I have a navigation data, so I can land at any place that I actually want it to go. Except when it's already on a landing pad. That's what happened to me in the archive the last time. I wanted to move it to a different one that was closer. But because it already had a landing pad, it's like, no, I'm fine. And I didn't want to waste launch fuel moving it around, so I was like, okay. Alright, we're getting closer, I think. We're starting to have more things load in now, because now that we've been to the space station, it's going to recognize that there might be some star bases around, or other bases around us. So it's just taking a little longer to load now because of it. It's still worth going to the space station as soon as you can, though. Here we are. And I love that we come in on the inside of the building, so yeah. Alright. Here we are. I am just gonna do myself a favor. I don't see the ship, but I'm guessing it's somewhere. But I'm just gonna call it. I'll check and see. I think I have collected all the rewards so far. Yeah, I have. That's phase 2. Phase 1 is all collected. Phase 3 that we have so far. Yeah. So we're gonna go up the summit. But the first thing I need to do, hello ship, here it comes in, is I need to put down the Nomad. Now the Nomad is going to want to be put down on the ground, so I might as well head down there. Oh, the ground's on fire. It is a good thing I have my heat stuff going on here. Yep. Oh, the volcano's getting ready to burst. There it goes. Volcano did its thing. So this is a good time to build it all. Oh, I forgot to do the metal plating. Just a second. I've been, you know, I moved the metal plating over to the Nomad. Oh well. Fortunately, I have a lot of ferrite dust. There we go.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright. There's that. And I'm making sure that I'm on the caldera. So we can definitely get it. Right, I am not using a jetpack to climb that mountain. I'm just not. Not when there are other better options. Oh! That might have been the other reason that we were feeling things bounce around. There's a worm on this planet. And because the worm went bouncing around, there's a... Holy cow, did you see those rocks fall? Alright, but now's the time to go, so... The rocks got thrown up at me. Alright, so here we go. We're going up the mountain here. And you don't want to go too far. You want to stay kind of on the side and not in the lava. You just want to get up to the top. And then jump out. You do have to go to the top though, yes. Alright, and what you want to do is look for some place that's kind of close to the entryway so that you kind of dip down and then fly over. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, let yourself fall and then keep going. Just keep going. And then... And you can see the steam starting, so it's getting ready to blow. But we're now far enough, it's not going to hit us too hard. And because we had the extra health, we're alright. We are alright. Just crawl down this mountain here. And that's all there is to that one. So my suggestion is use the Nomad. Save yourself some anxiety of trying to get up there, and then make your jump. Well, yeah, learning that, I decided to do it differently after watching both Captain Steve and Jason plays, and I thought to myself, there has to be a better way. of doing this. Alright, let's get away from this. I'm gonna go back to the base, and I think we're gonna call it good here because we've made it not entirely good. We still have a couple things that I want to do, like, you know, claim the prizes. I am done with phase 2. We are done with it, and maybe we'll look at phase 3 and what to expect there. Yes.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
A lot less, yeah. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the building. That way we're not worrying about trying to manage the heat here. Yep, and we can just sit down here and we can just have a moment of looking at our goods here. So, okay, so the cool news is we finished phase 2. Over the course of 4 days, we have finished phase 1 and phase 2, and we've done it in such a way that it's been very low stress, very low key, and about, I won't say as easy as it can be done, but as pleasant as you can do it, and have kind of a good time doing it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna grab the caldera here. It still cracks me up that they do this to us. So because we went to the caldera, now we have some thermal protection. Thanks. Thanks, hello game. But I say it's well worth it. And so now I could come in and I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just, we'll put it in besides the other. And now, instead of, you still have to use the ion batteries, but I could use phosphorus as part of my fuel normally for this, but it's the expedition, so they're not going to do that. Let's see. And then the other award we get for this is the holographic friend plan. So let's grab that. And I want to show something here because I think it's amusing. All right, so here's the holographic friend plans. And the truth is, I would normally immediately put it in. Like, because I love getting these kind of things. I just do. The holographic friend is under the flag, under decorations. And what it requires, though, is pure ferrite and Gek dip. You remember when I passed up the Gek dip for the object in space? I think that object in space happens every time you travel from from the one planet to the other. And the Gek dip is what you're supposed to grab while you're there so that you can make your holographic friend. That's just what I'm concluding based on the experiences that I've had so far, is that that's what you're supposed to do. But I did not do that, so oh well. I'm here at the Utopia build station here, and I am curious about something. I'm gonna get the galactic trade terminal. I have, it costs 10 salvage data, which means yeah, I got it, so that's not a problem. And I'm gonna put it on the wall over here. First of all, I need to go get some microprocessors. Just a minute. Please hold. Well, the other salvage data is in the Nomad, yeah. I could, yeah, I could make them just by doing the, you know, carbon nanotubes, but I can also just come over here and buy a couple. Yeah.
Product received.
There we go. I figured I might as well, you know. It's right next door. But the reason I want to put it in is sometimes the markets are different. And I just want to see what's different. Or if it is different when I put it in. Alright. Okay, so that's going to be here. And there's this. Bam. And we still got power, so that's good. Alright, so this market sells ferrite dust, it sells magnetized ferrite copper, and paraffinium. Nice! And some hydraulic wiring. So it's got some nice stuff here. And it gives me a local place to sell things if I want to. So, yeah, very nice. I did, yes. Yes, you can buy copper. Now, it's not a lot. I mean, if you look at it, it's 38. What this tells me is this is, you know, is currently a poor system, which makes sense because it's technically an abandoned system, so there's just not a lot of anything. But there's enough here that you can make things if you need to make things. Or, because basically what you do is you wait it out, and this eventually is all going to reload at some point. Save here. Alright, let's take a moment and preview what's going on in Phase 3 real quick. Now, Phase 3, we already have 2 of these items done, and the truth is, I'm going to probably go back to my base now that I have a teleporter that'll take me back and forth, and I'm going to find the other 2 in that system, because I could go into discoveries, and just like I have 2 animals here to find, I have 2 animals there to find. Now these 2 are both underground, so I just need to look for a cave and hope they show up. But the ones on the other planet are underwater, and I only need 2 more of those. You can, if you want, wait on the underwater one. Because you do need that underwater, the aquatic creatures. But in Phase 3, on the Planet 3, the Sentinels are aggressive. They're aggressive, and they're mean, and they're not just aggressive. They come at you as soon as they spot you. And while there are some tricks to avoid them, it's just easier, I think, to just find the animals someplace where you can be relaxed and just spend a little time doing it. It's up to you. It's quicker in the water there, but you're going to have to deal with sentinels. It takes a little more time on the other planet, but you'll get over 3,000 nanites for doing it. So 6 of one, half a dozen the other, is up to you. Alright. Yeah, the flora here you can't get anywhere else but on the Phase 3 planet. So you basically go through and you do the same thing we just did. You go to the outpost, which I think is a trade center, I think, in the 3rd one. And then you get your instructions, you find the base and make it, and then you make an exocraft upgrade, because they'll give us another upgrade system here. I gotta say, I love having access to these. I would love to be able to take these and port them over to my other plays, just so I could have access to whatever I want. And plus I like the idea of having stations. You know, I like the Nexus. I do like visiting. But there's something about being able to put down stations at home that just appeals to me. So there's that. Alright, I think I'm basically done with this playthrough for today. I'm glad you joined me. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I may be doing a little searching around this space also while I'm off screen, just to see if there's anything cool around the area. And this time, now that I know I have save points, I'll put a couple down if I find anything that's like the fighter or whatever. And I might go ahead and use the drop pod plans that I have found and get a couple more drop pod spaces or exosuit spaces while off screen. So that's my current plan. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for joining me.